The solution for this example, we've got the dates. The first thing we need to figure out is what is the last date in the month. So for that we've got our EO month function. So I can point there, and by putting a 0 in here I'm saying give me the last day within that month. So when I say OK, you'll see it says 31st of October 2009. If I copy it down, it tells me the last date in that month. The next thing we need to figure out is what day of the week is it. So if it's already a weekday, that's great, but it might be a weekend. So we've got the function in Excel called weekday, and what it allows us to do is to point at a date, and in this case we're going to use the return type 2, which means that Mondays are 1, Sundays are 7. So when I say OK, you'll see that says a 6, a 7 and a 3. We know that 6 is a Saturday, 7 is a Sunday. So we now need to figure out what is the maximum last day allowed, last day of the week allowed. We know that we want to do weekdays. So that is anything from a number here of 1 to 5 would be acceptable. Anything more than that's not acceptable. So I'm going to use a function in Excel called min, because what we're saying is Excel must look at that date, or it must use a 5. So it must use the smaller of the dates. If it's bigger than a 5, it must use a 5. So when I say OK, you'll see it says 5, 5, 3. How many days do we need to subtract? Well, if we're given the 31st of October, we know it's a Saturday. We have to have the last weekday. So I know you can do it either way, but I'm going to do it that minus that. If I copy it down, you'll see it tells us that from the original date, we must remove 1 day. Here 2 days, here no days. To calculate it, it's as simple as take that, and in this case I'm going to subtract whatever we worked out here. You'll see that says 30th of October, and I can copy it down. So there's what I think are the last weekdays. That's an actual weekday, Monday to Friday in the month. Let's just check it. So I'm going to work out what day of the week this is. So again, we're going to use our weekday function. We're going to say look at that and do a return type 2. And when I say OK, you'll see that's a Friday, and that's a Wednesday.